Hi everybody, and welcome back to my kitchen. Excuse me. Today I'm going to make a plum cake, and it's not just an ordinary plum cake. I have a dear friend that I have known since the 6th grade, and her mother's name was Eunice, and Eunice passed away, I don't want to, 1985, long time ago. But this is her recipe, and at one time I lost the recipe and I was beside myself. And instead of calling my friend, I started trying to find it on the internet, and there is no other plum cake made exactly like this one, and it's so moist and delicious you're gonna really enjoy it. So I hope you try it. Alright, I've already gotten started here. And in the bowl so far I've got 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of self-rising flour, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a teaspoon of cloves. And I've already sifted it. I sifted it all together and put it in here, but I'm going to let it run a little bit more. Alright, now I've got a cup of oil that I'm going to add in. Got 3 eggs. I'm going to add those in one at a time. Alright, I hope, no, this spoon won't fit in there. Alright, I've got 2 jars of plum baby food. Now, they do not make plum baby food anymore. But I have seen cans of plums. And it turns out that and I've used one. 1 can of these plums, minus the liquid, will equal 2 jars of baby food. Now mine were pitted, so I had to remove all the pits from all of them and put them in a little food processor, and I got them processed up just as if it was baby food. The only thing you have to add now, if you're using plums out of a can, because I don't think you'll find this plum baby food anymore. I called all of the baby food manufacturers, and they do not make it anymore. But the only thing you're going to have to add is a tablespoon of flour. And I don't think it matters if it's self-rising or just plain flour, all purpose. I don't think it matters. Alright, so here goes our 2 jars of baby food. Alright, that's probably mixed in pretty good. Now I've got a teaspoon of lemon flavoring, not lemon juice, lemon flavoring. 1 teaspoon is going in. That's probably mixed up pretty good. The only other thing going in is, oh, I'm sorry. I forget about y'all listening. The only other thing that's going in is a cup of chopped pecans. Now preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and if you've got Baker's Joy, that's fine. I just used a butter spray in a bundt pan. Go ahead and get that sprayed real good, and I'll be back. Alright, I've finished mixing this, and I just wanted to show you before I put it in the oven the consistency. I put it in the pan, and this is the consistency of the batter. It's not real thick, it's not real thin, it's more on the thin side. I ended up having to call my friend to get this recipe. It's so delicious. Alright, I'm going to put it in the oven at 350, and I'm going to bake it 1 hour, and then we'll be back. Hi, the cake's not done yet, but I've got some workers coming over, and they just called and told me they would be here in a few minutes. But let me just tell you this. This cake isn't the type of cake you let sit in the bundt pan for 10 minutes and then turn it out. You have got to turn this cake out immediately. And I don't think they'll be quiet enough for me to continue the video like it's supposed to be. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the cake out. And while it's still hot, you're going to add the glaze. And the glaze is, I'm going to poke some holes in the top of it. And then I'm going to do a cup of confectionery sugar and the juice of 1 lemon. And if it's not thin enough, just add a little more lemon juice and pour it all over the top. And then let the cake cool. But I'll be back as soon as I can. It may be with a completed cake, or just the cake. Yeah, it may be completed. But I'll see you in a bit. For y'all, the workmen are here. And in my rush to get this finished, I dropped my cake. I'm so upset. This was such a beautiful cake. I dropped it, and because you know it was hot, you don't wait 10 minutes. I'm trying to get it put on this. No, actually the rack I was going to put it on. First it dropped and broke. I was trying to get it on the rack, and only half of it went on there, so then the whole side fell off, which is this side right here. And of course it's unsalvageable. I cannot put this cake back together to serve company unless I serve one of these sides that didn't break. But I'm going to go ahead and finish the video for you all, because this cake is too good to pass up. I got about 1.5 cups of confectionery sugar in here. The recipe called for 1 cup. I accidentally poured too much, so I just rolled with it. And some lemon juice. You can use a fresh lemon, or you can use bottled lemon, and I chose to use bottled lemon. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. But that's about the consistency. Then this would have been beautiful had this cake stayed together. Just going to drizzle it over the top. I have no idea how old this recipe is, but I can tell you that it is very old. And you won't have a bit of problem with it at all using the canned plums. Not the juice, just the plums. Take the pits out. Get them all ground up. Excuse me. And then add a tablespoon of flour. And I promise you, this is the first time this has ever happened, but my fault for being in such a rush. Anyway, you'll enjoy this cake. The recipe will be down below. You will not be disappointed in it like I am today. But thank you for dropping by and spending part of your day with me. Give me a thumbs up if you like the recipe. And please subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, you take care. Excuse me. Well, y'all, I'm trying to leave on a better note. This cake is cooled. It's almost cold. Still a little bit warm. But I wanted to cut a piece of it for you because it is so delicious. This side is all messed up. A friend of mine and I ate the other part that was really badly broken up. But it's so delicious. I just have to show it to you. I thought maybe you'd want to see the inside of it. And here it is. Let me flip this over. You can't really, well, there's nuts in there, trust me. This is the actual cake. And it's so moist and delicious. Let me, let's see, I'm going to get this out of the way. And set this beautiful cake down. Just look how moist and tender this cake is. It's very moist and the flavor is absolutely wonderful. The icing with the lemon juice in it just sets this cake off. So it wasn't that it overcooked. It didn't overcook. I'm telling you, I dropped it twice. And I apologize to y'all for that. I don't have to taste it again to tell you it's good. I've already had a whole piece of it. But I'm just showing you that it is moist and tender. Has a wonderful flavor. And it's a very old recipe. I couldn't even begin to tell you how old it is. But you'll thoroughly enjoy this cake. Alright, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back in. Take care.